How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're battling versus Just Chris from the Discord server in the OU tier. Looking at the team, they brought that to Cannon, the Mienshao, the Incineroar, Cincino, which is nice to see, or Chinchino, however you pronounce it, Metagross, and the Superior. So we've got our work cut out for us. So they probably lead off with Mienshao. I think Pelipper's a good lead. We've got to be careful though, because that Superior is going to be a threat. Sceptile is not going to be able to take too many Leaf Storms from that, and neither is Metagross. Especially if it's Terra Fire. Could be Terastella, but at the same time, it could be Terra Fire, so we've got to be very careful. So I'm thinking of leading with Pelipper, getting the Rain up ready for Raichu, because they have no ground immunity, so we can fire off Thunders, etc. But hopefully this is going to be a good game. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Chris. So they're going to lead off with Marshall v Mienshao as we lead off with our Pelipper. So they most likely don't want to stay in here because Hurricanes are 100% accurate in the rain. And could definitely take out this Mienshao. So what I'm going to do is I'm looking at their team and I'm thinking, you know what? Surf goes hard, Hurricane goes hard. If they expect a Hurricane, they don't go into Superior. They probably go into the likes of the Metagross, which we could get some serious damage off with Surf. So I'm going to go for a Surf right now. They do go for a U-turn as expected, and they're going to get on out of there. And they're hopefully going to bring in the Metagross. If they bring in the Superior, it's still chip damage at the end of the day, so it's not too bad. And we can definitely live a Leaf Storm and go for a Hurricane. Titanium comes in, which is going to be probably the Metagross. Nice and shiny, gotta love it. The shiny Metagross is so cool. We go for a Surf. Some serious damage. There we go, some nice damage. So we know they don't get anything to hit us, and we should be outspeeding the Metagross anyway, I think. So I'm going to go for a U-turn. Could it get Thunder Punch, actually, now that I think about it? They go for a Meteor Mash. No, they don't have Thunder Punch. So they go for the Meteor Mash. They don't get the attack boost, which is nice. We go for a U-turn and get on out of there, which gives... Oh, the Rocky Helmet as well. Interesting. So I think they were Rocky Helmet. I think they've used this Metagross against me before. So the Rocky Helmet rings a bell. Definitely rings a bell. So we have got a couple of options here. We could go Flygon, Earthquake this thing. We could Thunder it with Raichu. They have no electric immunities. I want to get Flygon doing some work, but this just baits in the Toucannon. But at the same time, we outspeed Toucannon and can Stone Edge it. So I think Flygon is a good option here. So I'm going to go into it like so. And what we could do here is we could definitely threaten this thing out with an Earthquake and go for a Dragon Dance potentially. And then we could Terastal on the Superior if they bring Superior in, and Dragon Dance again. Flygon could potentially be amazing here. So I am going to assume they're going to switch out because they don't want to take an Earthquake, and I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance. They don't switch out. They stay in. They stay in right now. Ballsy play. And they go for a Meteor Mash, which is going to do some solid damage to us. Not going to get the boost, but it is what it is. So we're going to go for an Earthquake now and take this Metagross out. I have a feeling they're going to stay in because they really don't have the best switch-ins to our Flygon. They go for a Bullet Punch to get some extra damage off, which is fair enough. It's nearly going to take us out as we go for an EQ. Now, if they've got another priority move, it's definitely going to work against us. So Flygon's putting in the work right now. Gets the Dragon Dance off. Metagross is going down. And now all they really have to tackle is if they've got Fake Out on the Mienshao, that could work. In comes Marshall, the reliable. So they probably have Fake Out here, or they're Choice Scarfed. One of the two. If they're Choice Scarfed, they outspeed us still. If they aren't, so I'm going to go Pelipper. I think Pelipper is the best one. So we're going to withdraw Buzzington. We could still use Flygon later. It outspeeds the Incineroar. It outspeeds Toucannon. And we can definitely use Stone Edge or Earthquake on them. So we're going to go into Pelipper now to take any hit they go for. They go for a U-turn. They must be Scarfed, otherwise they wouldn't have brought it in. They must be Scarfed Mienshao. So that's good to know. Good to know the Scarfed Mienshao, that's for sure. In comes... I don't even know how to pronounce that. In comes the Chinchino. Now, we know Chinchino gets Rock Blast, so I think the best Pokemon I can switch in right now is either going to be sacking Flygon or going into the Metagross to take it. So I'm going to go into Metagross. I think Metagross is the best option here. Hopefully they don't have knockoff and they go for the knockoff expecting to switch into Metagross. That would be unfortunate. We do withdraw our Pelipper. We don't want it to go down just yet because that rain could be really helpful. It nullifies the effect of Flare Blitz from Incineroar and other things as well. So we'll go Metagross. There we go. They go for a Tidy Up. Now that is a big threatening move right there. It's going to clear away all the hazards which didn't exist in the first place and give them a nice Dragon Dance boost, attack and speed. So we are in a bit of a pickle right now. So I'm thinking Trailblaze. because I feel like they have something for Metagross, which isn't going to KO because Metagross is bulky. So I'm going to go for the Trailblaze right now. They go for a triple axle, obviously hoping it's going to do a bit more damage than it does, because it does not do very much damage. It does not do very much damage to Metagross, as we go for a Trailblaze now, and that does some decent damage, gets us a speed boost, which is amazing. Now, I'm leaning towards another Trailblaze here, but if they do have knockoff and they were just weakening us a bit so that they could KO us with knockoff, we could be in a bit of a pickle. So I think what I'm going to do here is go for the Meat Mash and hope for the attack boost. That seems like the best option. We do get outsped by the Mienshao, which can have knockoff as well. I'm worrying about... Oh, it still outspeeds us? Okay, that's not good. A triple axle is going to do more damage this time, which is unfortunate. It gets a critical hit, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. As we go for a Meteor Mash and we hopefully get the KO. We do get the KO with a critical hit, not that it matters. They got a crit on the triple axle, so you know what? Screw it. I'm taking that. I'm taking that. We don't unfortunately get the attack boost. And the rain has stopped, which means they can now bring in the Incineroar. But Incineroar can't intimidate us. That's the good thing. Fruit Loops comes in. This thing is threatening to my Metagross. And the reason being is that Metagross, they're going to go for a Beak Blast. That's the thing that I'm thinking. Now, I should probably switch out here. If they're going to go for a Beak Blast, I should probably switch out. I'm thinking Pelipper to get the rain back up. Because they're going to go for a Beak Blast, and I don't want to get burned. I do not want my Metagross to get burned. We can still use that thing later on if we get a chance as fodder. So we're going to withdraw our Metagross, and we're going to go back into Pelipper. Pelipper is, I think, a good switch because we get the rain back up. It also should be able to take at least one Beak Blast from this thing, and it looks like they haven't even gone for it. Oh no, they have gone for the Beak Blast. I thought that animation would do before we switch. Kind of like Focus Punch, but it doesn't. They go for the Beak Blast. It's going to take us out of a critical hit. There's crits galore in this game. 3 crits in a row. That's crazy. That is crazy. What is with the crits? Oh dear. So, we're in a good spot right now. We're in a very good spot right now. So, we could go Flygon Stone Edge this thing into Oblivion. That'd be a nice one. We could go Raichu straight away and go for a Thunder. That could also be good. But I'm looking at the team and I'm thinking, you know what? Flygon Stone Edge does a lot of damage to everything except for the Mienshao. And the Mienshao is probably Scarf. So, I think we go Flygon here. Just for the sake of going for the Stone Edge. I think that's going to be a good option. So I'm going to go for the Stone Edge. So they do withdraw Fruit Loops. What are they going to go into, though, to take a Stone Edge? That's the real question. They're going to go into Marshall. That's fair enough. So they expected the Stone Edge. They go into Mienshao, which is absolutely fair enough. Stone Edge is still going to do a decent bit of chip damage. There we go. Some chip right there. As now we don't have a switch in other than we could sack Metagross and use Flygon for later. I think Flygon's more usable later because it actually outspeeds the 2 cannon. So I think I'm going to sack off Metagross here and get a free switch in with something else. So we're going to withdraw Flygon. Flygon could still be used later. Like I said, outspeeds the Incineroar and the 2 cannon. And we're going to go into Bart to the Metagross over here, who is now floating for some reason. They go for a high jump kick and Metagross goes down. So it's interesting that Metagross has that levitating animation. That's pretty cool. Even though it doesn't have the levitate ability or anything like that. It has Magnet Rise, I guess, but high jump kick is a problem right now. High jump kick is a problem, but we have got Scarf Raichu, so we're going to have to rely on Scarf Raichu. I'm not like the biggest fan of using legendaries, but Raichu is a new returning Pokemon, so I wanted to use it. I know not using legendaries is a bit like a newbie attitude, but you know what, it's whatever. So I'm going to go for that Thunder, and it should definitely do some damage. It should definitely take out the Mienshao from here. As down goes Mienshao, they're probably thinking, oh, I was Scarfed. The high jumping had a good chance to KO, but no, my Raichu was Scarfed and naturally outspeeds Mienshao. So we are golden. That is one big threat out of the way. Knowing that we're Scarfed, they get a free switch into Superior. They also get a free Leaf Storm off right now. So we have got to be extremely careful the way we tread this next couple turns. So, I want to go Sceptile to take the Leaf Storm. I don't think a +2 Leaf Storm takes out Porygon-Z. I don't think it does. I think a Choice Specs Ice Beam from Porygon-Z takes out Superior though. Or a Hyper Beam for that matter. I think we're better off doing that. So I'm gonna sack off Flygon here. Let it go down to a Leaf Storm, which could potentially miss, by the way. So we're gonna withdraw our Fundara. We're gonna go into our Flygon just to let it go down to the Leaf Storm, give them their +2 special attack because it's inevitable at this point. As there we go, down goes the Flygon and up goes their special attack. So that is a big shame that we lost Flygon right there, but Flygon That's pretty much all I needed Flygon to do. So they are Life Orb. Now, do I have a Tera that could counteract this? So I don't. I have Tera Water on my Raichu for the Scald Stab. I've got Tera Fighting on the Sceptile for the coverage. And I've got Tera Normal on my Porygon-Z for the power. So I'm going to go Porygon-Z. I believe that Porygon-Z can live a +2 Leaf Storm. And if it doesn't, then we have lost this game. Then we have lost this game fully and outrightly. I don't think Tri-Attack KOs. Serperior has some natural bulk, so I'm going to have to go for that Hyper Beam. I'm going to have to nuke it. Please, Porygon-Z live. They withdraw the Serperior, potentially expecting Scarf Porygon. And they're now going to go into the Undertaker, which is the Incineroar, who is probably specially defensive, I guess, and might live. Hyper Beam? No way. Adaptability, choice specs, boosted Hyper Beam from a stab normal Porygon-Z? No way. No way, Jose. So in comes King again, the Serperior. This thing is obviously a threat. We have to be extremely careful with how we tread right now, because we are locked in. They go for a Leaf Storm and 2 Leaf Storms. 1 Leaf Storm even. Wow, we had no chance of living a +2 Leaf Storm. We had no chance of living a +2 Leaf Storm. I can't believe that. I actually brought Porygon-Z in thinking it could live a +2 Leaf Storm, and it can't even barely live a non-boosted one. That is crazy. Serperior is going to destroy us right now. So they go for a Giga Drain just to get a little bit of health back, which is absolutely fine by me. So here's the plan. Here's the plan, okay? We've got one plan and one plan only. We've still got Tera Water on the Raichu. We've still got the rain up. The rain stops. Never mind. We haven't got the rain up. We go Sceptile here. We have to go Sceptile here. And what we're going to do is, we're not going to Tera. There's no point. Tera Fighting is not going to help us here, because they're going to either Tera Fire, Tera Stella, or they Leaf Storm again and we live. So I'm going to go for that Solar Beam to get that Power Herb. They go for a Dragon Pulse. It's +2. It's going to do a lot of damage, but it definitely doesn't KO Sceptile. We get a Solar Beam off, so we could still pull this back with Sceptile here. So we're going to go for that Solar Beam. We're going to go for that Solar Beam, boosted by Power Herb. Activate our Unburden so we get a second attack off the next turn. Let's see how much this Solar Beam does. A decent bit of damage. A decent bit of damage. So let's go for that Dragon Pulse. I suppose I could finish this off with Sceptile by going for the Tera Fighting, but I think Dragon Pulse will finish this thing off right now. So they do withdraw the Serperior, and they're going to go into the Toucan, and that's all they've got left, the Fruit Loops over here. What are they expecting? A Grass-type move? Probably, right? So it's nice and shiny. We go for a Dragon Pulse. Does a decent chunk of damage, but it's not enough. We get red carded. This strategy, this battle is turning a bit intense right now. So Raichu comes on in. Raichu comes on in, which is fine. Which is fine, by the way, because we go for a Volt Switch here. Volt Switch takes out 2 Cannon, unless they Tera. What type are they going to Tera into? Come on, hit me with it. What type have you got? What type have you got? Ground. Tera grounds 2 Cannon. And I bet they have Tera Blast. I bet they have Tera Blast as well. So down goes Raichu's Tera Blast. Yeah, Tera Blast coming through. If we live this by some miracle, we might be alright. We don't know. We definitely don't live. And that means we definitely lose this game, because Serperior outspeeds Sceptile, goes for a Dragon Pulse to finish us off, but we can make this as close as we can. Unfortunately, I don't have Giga Drain to get some health back. I've got Energy Ball, which is unfortunate. I'm going to go for that Energy Ball. There's no need for us to Tera. They go for a Beat Blast, though. So if they can live this Energy Ball, we go down. I have a feeling they're going to go down to the Energy Ball. They do go down to the Energy Ball, which is great. And now it comes down to the ultimate question. Which starter is superior? Which starter is superior? Serperior or Sceptile? I love how they're both like I can't remember what the word is for when you use words that have the same front letter. I can't remember what it's called. So we go for... I mean, the best thing we can go for here is just in case they go for a Leaf Storm. Because we live a Leaf Storm. is Dragon Balls. But I feel like I need that power. I don't think Dragon Balls KOs to superior from there. So I'm going to Tera Blast, Tera Fighting, Tera Blast. That's my play. That's my play. Whether it works out for us, I don't know. I don't know. If only we were Tera Steel, right? If only we were Tera Steel. I was considering Tera Steel as well. But I was also considering Tera Fire. Tera Fire could have been good for the Leaf Storm, but it doesn't matter because they're probably going to go for a Dragon Pulse and KO us. You watch. Yeah, Dragon Pulse comes through. Can we live on 1 HP? No, we can't. And Chris wins the game, and that's a pretty close game. That was a pretty intense game. Came right down to the wire. Really fun match. I really enjoyed that one. I don't know who I'm going to use for the thumbnail or anything like that, but, you know, it is what it is. GG Chris, that was a good one. But anyway, here is the team. If you want to try it out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.